Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about a feature I didn't think we would ever see. And it really boils down to, well, sometimes I have some issue in my service and I can restart things. I can restart virtual machines and scale sets, I can restart app services. But what if I want to restart everything at the underlying hardware level just to be 100% sure? Now, if I think about it, remember, there were multiple different tenants on the hardware, so this is going to impact everything. But now with the new AZ version of the module, I can do just that. I can actually restart an entire region through PowerShell. Now, you only want to use this in really important circumstances. I've tried at least a few other things before I just restart the entire region and affect everyone else, but I can now do it. So let's actually dive in and take a look at this. So the command that we're actually going to use is, so if I start typing, it's turn it off and on again, -az location. And then what I'm going to pass it is, well, I can pass it a location name or I can just start typing. So I'll do, now it does check. So if I just put in gibberish, it's going to go and check to make sure, hey, this is a real location. So it's come back, hey, that doesn't work. So we'll change this and we will do South Central US. And what we'll actually do first is kind of a what if. So what would this actually do if I was to run this? So it's going to go through, it's going to do a check, and it's saying, okay, well, we will restart all services in South Central US. You can see that here. And hey, we will have ruined 846,236 people's day. So again, not saying we're going to just do as a default, we're really going to try at least a few other things before we want to restart the entire region. And there are a few other things we can actually do. So we can do a get help and see all the different options available. So again, if I jump over here, if I just do get help, turn it off and on again, AZ location. It tells us, okay, restarts an entire Azure location in a desperate attempt to resolve your terrible code. Okay, so that's a bit critical, but okay. This is the Etch-a-Sketch restart of Azure. Okay, so there's some basic help there for me. But if I do a kind of dash full, so I'll run that again, dash full, we can see there are other options available to us. So I can do things like power cycle. Specifies to turn off all power, then on again to also upset people in the physical buildings. The input, so I can actually pass to it locations. So I can now pipe an array of locations in for even greater misery. Please do not pass the output from get AZ location, please. And then there's kind of examples of doing that. So obviously, because when we think about this, there are some things that just doing a reboot won't fix. I actually want to do a hard power off of the region. So it's actually using Internet of Things. So it actually ties into Internet of Things on the breakers at the main buildings of the region, will turn off all the power, so lights, coffee machines, everything, and then turn it back on again. So this is like the complete one. Now we have to think that there's people in the buildings. And Azure has some phenomenal technologies around predictive maintenance. It can see based on these signals, well, these things are going to fail. So it's actually using cognitive services, vision. It has cameras around the data centers, and then builds that into artificial intelligence to detect, well, when those lights go out, when we cut power, what other things may actually happen. And it will actually show us that. So let's actually go and actually run through kind of that power cycle scenario. So we'll clear that way. So we'll do the same command again, but instead of doing what if, we can tab and do power cycle. So what it's now doing is we'll go and check that same set of various things. It's now running those machine learning and AI checks. Okay, so 3 data center technicians will stub their toes when the lights go off, and one will bang their elbow and go, ow. Okay, that's a bad thing. One security guard will drop a donut and Bob will only get half a cup of coffee because obviously the power goes out. And, we'll ruin 991,369 people's day. Now, to make sure we really want to do this, again, it's thinking safety first. Don't want to do this accidentally. We have to retype in the entire region name. But the good news is we can just use tab to auto-complete that. So it saves us having to really type that in. So now I'm confirming that. It's now going to go ahead and restart the region. And okay, so it's actually not too bad. Oh, please note all affected customers will be notified and your email shared for the ensuing hate mail. Okay, that's not awesome, but it's going to take a minute. So I mean, I'm only going to upset people for about a minute. And then I'm shut down. A few people have banged their elbows. Someone's dropped a donut. Someone gets half a cup of coffee. But hopefully now my code will run just at the expense of restarting that entire region. And it's only a minute. I mean, that's really not a huge deal. Okay, so now it's 2 hours. Bit of a bigger deal. And need to make a phone call. Don't use this. I probably won't come out preview. Until next time, happy April Fool's Day.